Oh god, he's gonna play it anyway. Yeah. Okay.
I swear I've got a read on these Renekton picks, man. I don't know. Just
do you need
players
a read?
in the LCK are just
Is
like...
it 5th pick? Has he been banned?
Is it red side 5th pick? I must pick Renekton. Oh,
and
boy.
also, like, T1 have picked Sett jungle into Volibear again. Like, Cuzz knows exactly what happens in this matchup. It's not fun. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they can just read what's going to happen. Theoretically, Clozer should be able to have some control of the mid lane, but actually, that's not how it should work on paper, right? Syndra should have the shove. Kiin should have the shove, because it's a better matchup for the Jace. I mean, yes, Renekton in an all-in can do some work, but he needs Sett to be there, and Sett takes 400 years to farm his jungle. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I feel like this is, but I mean, this is some scary stuff to deal with on the Afreeca side. Even the bottom lane, right? Like, Thresh Ashe is going to be pretty safe. Also going to have a lot of harassment options. As the Clippity Clops was definitely fun. Imagine playing Senna Hecarim. You could both canter to lane.
Yeah, that's true. Doesn't Ashe also have a...
She has a skin with a horse too, I think.
Yeah, with like a regular horse. Senna's is like some kind of machine horse that comes out of her gun.
It's like Death Horse.
Yeah.
But feels a little bit like the Headless Horseman skin that you can use on Hecarim. I believe that was a Hallow's End event. So you may not be able to get it right now, but it will be in the shop again.
We need more horse skins.
Indeed. More riding.
Yeah.
Mounts have actually come into League of Legends, apparently. You just have to buy the right skin.
Mm-hmm. And Fly, I think he's just a fan of Scorch. Takes it every game, from what I can tell. We also have Jace with Scorch, which is a little bit less egregious. We see that a lot more often, as he's definitely a champion that loves to push his edges at level 1 and 2, even in pro play. So,
yep,
makes a little bit more sense. As very curious to see if Cuzz can get the POG that was robbed from him in game number 1 by the counter, the reverse mirror matchup here in the jungle.
I mean, if R5 Renekton gets player of the game, I mean...
They're just trying to create like a narrative. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, Canna, can he challenge BDD for the top spot?
I mean, I've actually had people, you know, message saying like, yeah, but if the pro players are picking it, obviously Renekton's a good pick top lane. And I mean, it's just not true. It's an easy pick. So Renekton is an easy one to just go for if you have no other choices, right? Because in the early game, you're going to have a decent lane. That's a great hook by Jelly. Welcome back, my friend. Betty down to 100. Not exactly where he wants to be. We'll be able to use the Piercing Darkness to get that health bar back up, but that message was well received on the bottom side. Jelly with his human form Thresh. Pretty cool.
Yeah, we got all the cool skins here in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Canna. Want to see what he can do here on the Renekton. We talked about Renekton being strong early and mid and trying to just bully a lane. But he's up against one of the biggest lane bullies himself in the Jace.
And yeah, massive lane disadvantage. You need ganks in order for this to work. But the fact that they've picked it and they know that they need ganks, that goes against everything, right? Because then you can predict exactly where the Sett is. Like, Kiin should know that he's about to get ganked right now. Because that's how they win the game, right? Is if Canna's strong. So he's going to try and taxi over to Cuzz. Good face breaker there, and this is first blood oh so easily. And I don't know, man. Speechless.
Renekton! The power of Renekton shows itself once again.
I mean, that's how it's going to be good. If they make that play.
Yeah, I mean, Kiin, he pulled kind of a Nuggery. This is something that Nuggery will do very often on blue side. And I feel like every team that plays against Stomlin just sees that. You know, they watch the tape and they're like, oh, we can just do that. And Sett's a pretty good ganking jungler, right? Like, he's not amazing, but he can get in there in your face and face break and obviously do a little bit of a combo. And if he's with a laner that's got some CC alongside of it, it should make for an easy gank. And that's the perfect timing where Jace just wants to push in that final wave, and there's like 3 ranged minions left over. And you're like, I'm gonna back right after this one. that's when they're going to get you the most. And that is a very common gank against a pushing Jace.
Ooh, Mystic getting a bit of decent damage onto Effort there. Piercing Darkness, not able to win out the trade or anything like that. Blind Clozer playing a little bit of Biffo, but you can see with the minion wave in the place that it is, it's going to be good news for the Syndra. Clozer's just holding on to this one as long as he possibly can.
Trying to put on a little bit of a annoying freeze.
Now going to be going back. Spirit is over here. Clozer moves on in. Pretty low. This is just going to be, okay, Cuzz is actually going for it. Facebreaker does come down, good trouble bubble, but immediately the cleanse comes in. Stun onto Cuzz. He's got a big shield though from the Haymaker Grit, and he will be absolutely fine. Still Clozer is going to miss all of,
you see those minions ignore Clozers? Like, no, I must hit the turret.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in range. Clozer's desperately trying to take them away with aggro, but he just can't, even when he's autoing them. Looked a little bit strange. I think that landed, actually.
Yeah,
볼만. 우리 탑 게임 볼게.
We'll never know.
얼마다. 나이스. 천천히 하면 이거 정글 캐리가. 볼베 아래 끼었어.
And he's spamming a lot of tab.
Volibear is definitely on the bottom side of the map, is what he was saying. Putting the back pings on the bottom scuttle crab.
Another hook gonna land.
Jelly
was pretty good. Yeah, Jelly's aggressive. I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
Certainly sacking a lot of his health bar here as he's running low on the consumables. So might need to spend some time. Get that health bar back up again.
Yeah. I love how he comes out here, immediately picks Thresh and just non-stop in the face of the enemy.
Yep.
Just pushing, he's like, put me back in, coach. Let me show you. But, I mean, in general, the Thresh is good into this bottom lane, so it makes sense that he did go for the pick. Now he's even trying to solo the Scuttle Crab. Look at this.
Oh, what a beast. Had. Oh, there's the Ignite put down onto Fly for some reason. Clozer not going for a kill or anything like that, but sometimes you got to send a message, and Ignite can do that. Maybe he's living his life in 2013, where you used to get 5 AD and AP from using Ignite.
Whoa. That's a blast from the past.
I'm not even sure he was alive.
Well,
I mean, he was. I think he was just like 4 or something like that. That's not true either. He was.
Yeah.
He was 12.
We don't do well with the math here on the.
Yeah. He might have actually been playing already. As Canna, he's losing trades here up against the Jace. Kiin, of course, despite falling down early, still going to have a bit of control in this lane. But Canna is not going to be as stifled when it comes to the farm. He has his Ninja Tabi completed. Now he's looking for a back. Has teleport available if he wants to.
Ooh, I thought they would maybe go for that dive, but I guess they don't know exactly where the Sett is, where he is here.
We know where he is now as he comes back around. That's the Unleash power as Clozer. He's going to run away. Spirit looking to chase after him. There's the ulti. My God, the damage. Possibly overkill, but is going to secure it there onto Clozer. And Kiin, you can see fighting. Canna will take a turret shot, but that's all.
Yeah.
Now with Dominus.
Got the ult out of Canna.
Still threatening.
Yeah, you can see Kiin. See, this is how you play against a Renekton. That's that you are within kill range of. So Summit, maybe take a look at these VODs. And Jace normally has a better time. So here comes Spirit now. There's nothing really here for Canna.
Yep. Not going to be able to get the stun. Picks up the shield. Uses it immediately. I like that. Efficiency.
Yeah. Surprisingly fast. I guess he's got tier 2 boots already. Up against the Jace. Makes sense.
Yep. Brown bags only onto Spirit right now. Wants to get a few extra points on that Q, I believe. And he's going to come back. And the ward is going to give Canna all of the knowledge. Spirit clears that one out. Once again, we're sort of looking to try and push forward. Cuzz in the area. Gonna sweep it out. Knows that there's no vision. They are going to go for another engage. Okay, Dawning Shadow comes down. The boot back from Kiin is now they're going to turn their attention to Spirit. Facebreaker comes in, and Spirit is going to be taken down. And maybe... No, Kiin is going to survive for the moment. Flash out from Jelly. Throws out the lantern. Very nicely done to make sure that Fly isn't going to die. But still, I mean, this is just more kills going over towards the Renekton. I mean, it's going to be Cuzz that's grabbing all of them. However, 2 assists is going to help this Crocodile stay relevant for longer in this game.
I'm voting for Canna. No, but yeah, definitely getting carried by Cuzz up here on the top side, as this is something that Sett is also really good at. Both Volibear and Sett are really good at diving mid lane, and you can see that Clozer. The bear is just so fast with Nimbus Cloak. Once you land that smite, it gets pretty intense. As Kiin jumping in there might have been the thing that got him killed. Tries to boot back Canna.
He walks back in here trying to look for autos, but doesn't work as Mystic. Oh my god, the flash hook was so sick out of effort. That's going to proc his aftershock so he doesn't take any damage from the turret either. No snare to land, but damn, that looked cool. Straight out of a replay, straight into the action, Valdez.
Absolutely. Didn't really get to see how that one opened up, but there's no summoners here for Mystic. And yeah, Jelly not really able to help him out, so probably just got engaged upon by some of the other members that were down there and lost his life. T1 now 2,000 gold ahead at 10 minutes into the game. They're going to pick up the first Drake and be feeling pretty good about this one in another bit of a jungle difference game. Although Spirit is, you know, he's pretty active on the map at least. He's getting around. He's not as behind as he was in game number 1. That is for sure.
I mean, he shouldn't be, though, right? Because it's the counter matchup, and we're already saying this is much better for Volibear. But unfortunately, for Afreeca, they just haven't had the Volibear anywhere on the map where he needs to be. He's been playing from behind, it feels like, this entire game. As Cuzz goes for the Hex Flash over. We'll just get behind Mystic. As all the timing with the arrow is so sexy. Out of Cuzz, and that flash. Clean.
Absolutely.
Cleanse out bottom side. Is Teddy going aggressive? Teleport in from Canna. As I've seen this movie before. The playback comes in. That was a very, very interesting chain of events. But Dawning Shadow comes down. Double kill for Teddy. It's making Senna look like a hard carry, even at level 8. As I believe we've got another game that is looking a bit one-sided. Valdez, I had to choose my words a little bit carefully there.
It's a little bit of a boppening here.
Yeah.
In this game once again. And yeah, I mean, Cuzz, he was able to save the top side. The mid lane going pretty even. That was also a nice little dive out of Cuzz there. And down in the bottom side, you can see that, yeah, they're just trying to get aggressive here on a Teddy, but he has cleanse. He's never going to die, even if he gets hooked. They don't really account for the possibility of TPs coming in here. And with the 2 of them coming in, that did mean that they were both going to die. If it was only Canna, maybe they could have gotten away.
Yep, T1 will be able to grab this Rift Herald. You can see Afreeca not contesting it. They may have learned a little bit of a lesson or two from the previous game. This game's really gotten away from Afreeca. I think a lot of their players just look really off today. It's not what you want to see out of the team that is certainly vying for position in the playoffs, as Cuzz has the most gold in the game as jungle Sett. Apparently Sett jungle is the counter to Volibear. I take it all back.
And Renekton is just really high tier up in the top side.
Yeah, it's the hard counter to Jake.
Definitely pick him more often.
Yep, 100%.
What else can we say from results-based analysis?
It's when the Morellonomicon power spike comes in. They're going to see the best
we all got to rush
Clozer.
Morellonomicon second.
Yeah.
Make sure you're getting that item. Although I think they both did it last game.
They did.
Spirit is just in so far deep in there. At least he's got some teammates this time.
Avoided nicely there by Canna. As turret plate's going to be coming down in 30 seconds time. But there's an inhibitor turret that has now taken a bit of damage from the minion wave, as Afreeca just did not go there. And they let outer and inner turret fall to the hands of Shirley. Actually, I believe it was Shelly. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Just a little bit late on the Shelly pickup this game.
Afreeca was like, well, we don't want to do what we did in game number 1. And T1 were smartly taking their time. This whole, you know, big-time rotation up to get the Rift Herald is, you know, it has pros and cons. And we don't see it as much nowadays.
Yeah, a lot of cons.
Yeah.
Feels like.
Well, if you can get it and win a team fight, then it feels good, but doesn't always work out that way, as there were a lot of plates taken in this game by both teams. You can see the top lane plates were all taken down by the Renekton.
So you can see, bottom lane was also taken there by Afreeca, so at least they were able to trade one back, but 2 turrets for 1. I can do that, man. I know I'm not very comfortable with mathematics, but I can do that one. Fly, the only one having a decent time here, but he's only ahead by about 100 gold. 80 carries, very, very close. But it's the jungle where things are absolutely out of control. And Cuzz has just proven that he's way better than Spirit this game. Like, that's what he's been doing. This whole series.
Twice in a row now.
He's just been out jungling, yeah. So we're going to have a solo POG interview with Cuzz. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
Yeah. Still molding.
Yeah, absolutely.
It hasn't faded. Well, Afreeca, this is kind of the Afreeca thing, you know. For some reason, when they go up against really strong teams, they come out here with guns ablazing, and they're trying to get in your face, and they're playing pretty recklessly. And stronger teams are just not going to let you do that. They're going to shut you down. It's exactly what T1 has done today.
Well, Clozer looking for a bubble as there's the engage. Spirit jumps onto Cuzz. Haymaker going to keep himself alive as depth charge comes in, but doesn't get a lot of value. Teddy with a fair bit over the top of Afreeca is now Mystic getting chunked. Big paddle star from Clozer. He needs to keep landing these as Jelly's going to get hit by one as well. Good. Okay, ulti comes in. The showstopper into the backline. It's Cuzz finds all the value possible. And now Clozer looking for the cleanup. Sparkles everywhere. Bounces over. Finds Mystic as Jelly is eventually able to take him down. It's in fact Kiin that grabs the kill. Now Canna is going to jump onto Jelly. The Spirit is behind the turret. Teddy goes golden. Kiin should be able to find this one. Oh, not actually going to happen as Teddy limping away. Not even close, baby. As T1 will get out. It is a 2-for-3 trade, I believe, as Effort has just respawned. But T1 will be able to grab the Infernal Drake. And they're losing an entire minion wave top lane.
Yeah. It's going to be a nice little Infernal Drake here for their team. Obviously, pretty much all their members, but especially the top 4 can use that Infernal Drake very nicely. As we're going to take a look at this fight here and see that Mystic from the get-go. Perfectly aimed by Clozer. That's just going to open it up. You see Mystic immediately goes way far back. And a nice little hook from Jelly, but then you've got this Cuzz. Cuzz went a little bit too ham here, okay? He's been having a good game. He's really fed. It ends up working out, though. And he's able to get everybody super low. You can see Clozer's kind of the cleanup crew, as Zoe often is.
Okay.
Yeah, Kiin was really the only saving grace for his team. As, Cuzz, after all of that, he was able to judge his power level. And even though he did go pretty ham, it was worth it for his team. He was able to carry another team fight. It was essentially Clozer and Cuzz high-fiving and getting in there.
Well, now we've got a Randuin's Omen complete by Cuzz. So he's going to have a little bit more CC available to him. And T1 now moving towards the Baron area, but I mean, it's 18 minutes into the game. Still 2 minutes before that one's going to be coming up. 9-3 is the kill score, close to 4,000 gold in the lead. T1. It's looking like a pretty clean 2-0, and do you know what this means? It means T1 will be equal third with Gen G. Game scores aligned.
That
Gen G fell to Sandbox in our first match of the day.
I guess after that it would probably be head-to-head.
Yeah, it should be. I don't know whether that's actually going to be listed on... Wait, hang on a second. So they beat Gen G, and so yeah, we're even head-to-head. We're 1-1.
Yeah, well,
it might come down to then like game time and stuff like that in order to break it. But we'll
or just a best of one.
Yeah, it might be tiebreakers. Who knows?
We had some tiebreakers in towards the end of the season, so we might get there once again this time around.
Yeah, having a look at the schedule. And Gen G, who are they up against next? Humble Life. Might be that good old Gen G get into third place anyway, Valdez.
Yeah, I mean, T1 have to play against Stomp1 and DRX.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. It is going to be definitely a tougher ask, but if T1 continue to play as impressively as they have been, then it might be difficult for DRX and Dam1. Probably more so DRX based on current form, right? DRX have certainly looked a bit more up and down, whereas Dam1 just look unstoppable.
Yeah, Dam1 do look like the one team that look like they're in world shape, you know?
Yep. Arrow is going to connect onto the Nautilus here, as the hook does land onto Effort. He's going to pop his stone plate and get out, though. And nothing is going to come of it. Sacrifice a fair bit of the health bar of their support. But you can see the T1 members just line up for the Piercing Darkness. And they get healed back up, ready to siege once again. And they can siege very well with this composition as Spirit. Gonna find Cuzz, but they're not too worried about that one. And here's the dive. Massive CC is Fly, the first one to fall down. Playback onto Cuzz, but he gets the face breaker. There's the showstopper into the backline. Spirit trying to be the big bear. Does get himself the crocodile, but unfortunately, the fight felt like it had already been lost, as only 2 from Afreeca remain. Be close to taking a lot of damage, as Mystic does do a fair bit of work, but still, they're just playing with a bit of fire here on T1's side, feeling themselves as they only lose Canna. Now they're looking for Soul Point in a minute's time.
Yeah, 0-3 Ash right now. Mystic doesn't care. He's sitting there autoing against so much danger as, wow, Effort just puts the carry pants on, puts the big point pants on and says, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to engage. Has a great hook. Cuzz with the follow-up here, very nicely done. As, what?
What? Yeah, I know exactly why Mystic was there. The ward.
Maybe he got, yeah, Canna teleported behind him. So did Clozer, actually. Both teleports down. So he was pretty far up the lane, but I suppose that that ward was the teleport ward that he did not see.
I mean, to Mystic's credit, he's ahead 40 CS.
Nice.
So there we go. That's what you get from overextending so incredibly far. 6,000 gold exactly, the lead for T1. Spirit will be able to take a Gromp, but he'll take a bubble for it. And still Chunk. Banshee's Veil complete for Clozer. So he's out of the woods entirely. Now we're just going to go back. I mean, it's a really cool back animation. But that's the most interesting thing on the map, is dragons being taken from Cuzz.
Had a lot of Cloud Souls today.
Yeah, it's been pretty cloudy. I feel like we should be having more Ocean Souls when it's like monsoon season.
Yeah. Cloud Soul, Ocean Soul. Those are both okay.
Yeah.
We had one Mountain Soul that got denied for a little bit and then ended up not mattering, as Mystic was pretty far down. And yeah, double TP comes in here. He's like, well, I'm just dead.
Yeah, he is.
See ya.
Really dead. He had Flash and he had Cleanse, so I actually respect the fact that he held on to both of them. There just wasn't a way out of that one. As, ooh, I thought we were back into the replay again. Not going to happen. Mystic learned from his previous experience. Double lethality complete for Kiin. He's got his Dustblade and his Ghostblade. It's just not looking as good as the Black Cleaver and Blade of the Ruin King that Canna has put together for himself, despite the CS advantage being in favor of the Jace. Bit of support Renekton syndrome happening here, as the 0, 1, and 9 scoreline would suggest.
What do you mean? I'm voting for Canna.
I mean, someone is. Not that much.
Probably. Would not surprise me even a little bit. As, yeah, he's just going to come down here to the bottom side. Try to chip away at this turret. T1, kind of same as game number 1, where they get ahead, but they're not going to make any rash decisions or try to force anything too hard unless they see a very obvious play.
Smart. This minion wave is going to crash on the turret. That will be the outer that falls in favor of T1. Inner turret in mid lane also going to go down. Feels like T1 just has more players on the map than Afreeca do right now. And as far as stats concerned, I guess it is partially true. Just a measly pickaxe to complement Mystic's build. And Teddy's getting very close towards that rapid fire cannon. T1 just rotating around. Arrow is going to connect, but Effort probably pretty happy to tank that one up as the flash forward. The hook is going to come back, and Effort is going to fall. Now T1 are on the run. Spirit looking for more. Showstopper right into the backline despite almost one shot by this mega fed Sett. Spirit has to flash away. This is 4v5, ladies and gentlemen, but it doesn't look like a bubble connects onto Mystic. And Clozer goes golden, denies the unleashed power, and the Shock Blast isn't going to connect. Some low health bars, but T1 still push Afreeca out without their support.
Yeah, this game is quickly turning into Cuzz and Clozer kind of competing to see who can do more damage at the end of the day. Cuzz just bops this guy on the head. As I like what Afreeca are doing from behind. They're like, well, it's Effort. He's a big body. We can definitely get the arrow onto him. Let's see what we can do. But then they pushed a little bit too far. They're like, okay, we can probably win 5v4. Yeah, and so take a look at how much damage Fly took. Overall was way too much. And Clozer was doing some insane stuff, and despite there's a reason why he's playing so much Zoe.
Also, Teddy's Senna geometry that he's been doing here as well. You saw him like standing perpendicular to the team fight so that he could line up his teammates with the opponents at the same time. Was actually really sick. I think that certainly helped because, of course, you get a big shield as well as doing that damage. It's a big health swing in a team fight like that where it did look like Effort initially was caught out. Yeah, there's some good play, and I can't believe that this is the first time that we've seen Teddy on Senna. Just, I guess they've been playing it in scrims, but haven't seen a reason to bring it out on the stage just yet.
Yeah, the ever-developing AD carry meta will certainly take a look at this and say, maybe we should start playing some more Senna as well.
Damages received. Renekton doing Renekton things.
So many damages.
That's a lot of damages. 21.4k damages.
Where does all that damages come from? I don't even... Right as I said that, the Korean casters hysterically laughed. I'm like, oh boy.
Yep. Well, maybe they thought the damages was funny too.
Yeah, it was a lot. And yeah, T1 just waiting here for the Cloud Soul once again. Actually getting a little bit aggressive, trying to get in there and deny as much vision as possible. This is kind of like classic League of Legends play. Front ahead.
I like it. The suffocation method, denying all of the camps as well. That's why you're seeing close to an 8,000 gold lead in favor of T1 right now. It's just not as much gold on the map that's available to Afreeca. Infinity Edge desperately trying to be picked up by Mystic, but he's not going to have it in time for this Cloud Drake. So T1 is going to be able to take it.
Just waiting on this one. Clozer picks up the Ignite. He has also Teleport and Cleanse. He's got a whole...
He's got a bevy of
things. Yeah. And I'm just gonna casually take this down. Doesn't look like Afreeca wants to challenge here or anything like that. Just hoping that maybe Mystic can carry later on in the game. But that's really their only out in this one, it feels like, as everybody's getting more and more tanky, so the Syndra that built relatively defensively with the Banshee's Veil is not going to get too happy. The Lethality Jace is also going to be outscaled by items. I mean, they have a lot of burst damage, that's for sure, but it's still not looking good as this game comes along.
Absolutely. I just feel like it's so crazy that Cuzz has performed so extraordinarily well on the set. It's just putting on a clinic in one matchup and then the reverse.
Yeah. It feels like he almost did it on purpose.
Yeah, right? It's just a confidence play. But I'd expect to play like that out of Spirit, honestly.
Yeah.
Not out of Cuzz. Cuzz often much more reserved, but it's just what they wanted in their comp. Worked out very, very nicely. As the third serrated Dirk comes in for Kiin. We're starting to see a fair bit of armor. Cuzz has 2 armor items now. And if he can just show-stop fly, then I mean, who does damage to it? Only the Jace and Ashe have that availability, so plenty of armor just to stop that one from happening. It's a really cool hat that Clozer has picked up for himself. I see no book. Brilliant.
That's good. Nice little change-up. Looks like he went for the Banshee's Veil instead, as there certainly is a lot of pick on the side of Afreeca, so I suppose that's how he got tricked into not getting the Morellos.
Yep, probably wants a Zhonya's as well. Won't have that one available just yet, nor will he be able to find any on the floor because Fly hasn't built one either. See whether he can collect one from a random drop, something like that. Is T1 just going to start off the Baron, but Hawkshot does spot that one out. So this is done with full vision for Afreeca. Canna taking some popcorn chicken. Bear against Crocodile action. Now T1 feel like they've baited Afreeca in like they want to. You can see they are so healthy, and they are just keeping it leashed. Afreeca can't actually see the health bar. They get a glimpse of it. As Cuzz is going to hop on out. Showstopper available. Canna finds the backline. Kiin in trouble. The big Crocodile goes golden, but there's the arrow. It is going to connect, but it connects onto Evan as the Showstopper gets into the back again. And Fly has to flash out of position. Teddy flashes after him. This is going to be the ace as Spirit, the last one to fall down. And I think that T1 don't need to worry about a Baron. I think they can just win the game.
Yep, they're going to do that right now. They're going to push down the top lane. Oh, no, they're going to go mid. They have more minions there. As Effort nearly dies, but he will survive. At the end of the day, T1 kind of smacking them with their wallets. As the Cuzz player of the game, hopefully he gets redeemed here in game number 2. I would be very sad if he didn't get one today, as he just outclassed Spirit in pretty much every way in both games. So yeah, good to see it from Cuzz. Definitely a good look, as he has struggled a little bit here in summer, but certainly is back. As GG, that will be game number 2.